Hello YouTube, and today I'm going to show you how to fix this Roper Rhodes event click shower where the buttons are sticking constantly. So first of all, what I did was pop the circular cover off, and it has this screw underneath, and you just unscrew that and put that to one side. So I put everything back in order, and then you should have had this key which has the big nut size, but if not, you can use a wide set of grips or a adjustable spanner on this locking nut. Now when undoing this, do be careful, the main plate will become loose, so just hold that in place while undoing this locking nut, and then once this locking nut is undone, then the main plate will then be free. Just be careful, this plate is quite heavy, so you do want to keep it in place and have a secure grip of it, because you will damage a bath or shower. Next, you want to check the push buttons themselves. As you can see, these are all moving freely, so we know it's not these. If these are sticking, then you do need to buy these cartridges, and they are in the link down below. But the problem is, these buttons, as you can see, they're grinding and sticking actually in the plate. As you can see, straight away they're clicking, so we've got to undo them and give them a good clean. So to undo these, what you need to do is remove this locking nut from the back, which is this brass nut here. So grab hold of the flat surfaces and then screw anti-clockwise and unwind that all the way. Be careful that the front of these are actually on springs, so I'm just pushing it up with my finger to hold it in place so it doesn't spring out. And as you can see, when I remove it, it has two springs that push the button in and out. So just remove them springs and put them to one side. Then look inside here, look at the dirt, the grease, the grime in here that we need to clean and get that nice and smooth and back to how it was before. So what we are going to do that is grab ourselves a old toothbrush and some cleaning solution, some fairy or likewise, and we're going to give this real good scrub. So I'm just getting a toothbrush because it goes in all the little nooks and crannies, and you want to give this a real good clean everywhere. So you want this to be smooth as you can, with no pits in the metal or any limescale on it, because it can just take that little bit and it will catch. So you want this nice silky smooth finish, like it's brand new or close to it. So that's why I'm just giving it a real good clean with this toothbrush, because these pins go in and out of the actual shower itself, as you can see through these holes, and then also the buttons stick around the outside, so there might be a bit of friction around there. So that's why I'm going to clean all inside here as well, so as best as I can, get all that dirt out, all in the corners, because that is all it takes. Once again, using toothbrush to get in there, you might have a sponge or a scourer, but do just be careful not to damage the faceplate itself, just inside the buttonholes. There are these plastic bits, they might snap or come off. They're not ideally needed, but they do just help the pin slide in and out smoothly. But I found that mine just started to fall out and they've lost their grip inside the faceplate, so I just removed them. So as you can see, I'm just getting that all in there nice and clean, and then on the pins, as you can see here, I'm scraping off the limescale. So the toothbrush didn't want to get this off, so I'm actually scraping this off with a flat bladed screwdriver, up and down to get rid of that, because these need to be smooth like butter. So I'm scraping that off, and then I'll wipe it off and give it another go with the toothbrush, and giving that a good dry and clean with a bit of tissue paper, and visually inspect it all, make sure you're happy with it. If you're not sure, give it another clean. The more clean the better. So I'm just making sure everything is nice and smooth in all angles, and then just cleaning everything else as we go, because it all will be quite dirty. So when putting this back together, I'm just going to use some of this Aero olive oil spray. You can just use regular olive oil, it's exactly the same thing, but this comes in a nice little spray bottle, and we're going to olive oil everything up, because if there is a bit of contact, we don't want it to stick, so we want it to glide off it. So we're just spraying all in the inside, and then on these prongs we're just giving them a little bit as they slide through the middle. So I'm just putting in everything dry without the springs, just checking to see if there's any friction and making sure it all moves nice and freely before fully building it, and I was happy with this. So now I'm going to rebuild it, putting the springs on and putting this retaining nut on the back and completely building it. And then I forgot, we need some more olive oil. Just put olive oil on everything, you can't go wrong, just to give it that bit of lubrication. Don't use WD-40 because that is a water displacement, so that just sprays water out of it. It doesn't actually lubricate the area unless you get the WD-40 lubricant silicone spray, then that will do the trick. So what we're doing, once it's all olive oiled up, we're going to tighten this nut on and just give that a nice little test. And as you can see already, it's moving very nicely. Just going to give that a little nip up on the back, and already you can see it's not even sticking. Pushing all over at different angles, trying to make it stick, but it's not. It's perfect. So now we're going to do the same again with the other side. We are going to build it back together, spray it out with a load of olive oil and put this back together. So once again, put the springs on and they just slide through the middle like so, pushing that up. I took this middle piece out of this one, but it doesn't need to come out. Putting on the locking nut on the back. And once again, spraying olive oil all round to give it that lubrication. Now it's time to play a bit of Game Boy, give it some of that. Push them nice and fast, get that all working. I'm trying to make them stick, but they didn't. So that is all done, and we're happy with that. So with that all nice and done, we can then give it a good clean and a wipe, getting rid of all that surface olive oil, and we can reposition it back on the shower valve itself and screw on the locking nut into the centre. Make sure you get the threads because they are very fine threads. You don't want to cross thread these. And once you're happy with the position it's in, you can screw this all the way down, and then with the key provided or with a big set of grips you can tighten this nut up. Then you can relocate the temperature control knob, check that that's all working correctly, hot one way and cold the other, like so. And with that in the correct position, you can then test the shower, making sure that the temperature is right before putting that back. So here we're just going to turn this on, making sure we're happy. So with that all done, we can then secure the centre piece back in with the screw. We can clip back on the cover plate, and there you go, another job done. Just going to check it, rainfall is all good. If this video has helped, please do subscribe to the channel and give it a like and a comment if you've got any questions. I hope this video helps someone. Please have a good day, take care, like and subscribe.